Hey, what's up guys? Bearcat here, doing another exciting round of Bearcat reviews. And today we are taking a look at the Destiny 2 McFarlane figures of Commander Zavala, Ikora Rey, and Cayde-6 Gunslinger Cayde-6 figures. And in case you're wondering why they're not in a box, well, that's because I ordered them off eBay, so they did not come in the box. So instead, I will show you a cardboard box I got from Amazon. As you can see, it is Amazon. So there you have that. But now we're going to take a look at these figures here. So to start off here, we're going to start with Commander Zavala and work our way to the last one being my personal favorite, Cayde. So we'll take a look here at Commander Zavala. So as you can see, they all come with the classic McFarlane staple, which is the little stand that says with the Destiny 2 logo on it, which is very nice. And then as you can see for Commander Zavala here, here he is, and his armor and paint is just very well detailed. You can see the logo here for the Vanguard, and it just looks very reminiscent of how he looked in the games. They all come with one accessory being a gun. And first of all, you see it's the machine gun you saw him use. And for that, you can either port it onto his porthole on his back, like so. Or you can have him holding it. You just gotta slip it into his hands here. Like that. And then you can get him to hold it. Like so. And like I said, with the stand, you just peg him on there. You get him holding poses. So you see that's for Zavala. For Icora, she comes with a shotgun. And just like Zavala, you can get her to hold it. But I will say with Icora, she is a little harder to get the two wielding pose, which is ironic since she wields a shotgun, because of how the harder rubber here for the fabric kind of can hinder it. So you gotta do a lot of maneuvering, but it is possible. So as you can see, there we go. And then lastly, you got Cayde here, and for him, his accessory is his little ace of spades. But the reason why he's called Gunslinger Cayde, that was the stand, I'll pick that up in a second. The reason he's called Gunslinger Cayde is because, technically speaking, even though this is the Ace of Spades gun, just made translucent orange, this is not technically how Cayde would normally look. It's called Gunslinger Cayde because there is a superpower move in the game where you can call Gunslinger, where you can summon a revolver and fire off 6 shots of the that will disintegrate the enemies. And depending on what enemies you hit, if they get disintegrated with 1 shot, you will get a little more ammo refilled to keep shooting as long as the superpower lasts. But that's why this Cayde-6 is not the normal color scheme. He's a different color. The most normal part of his color scheme for this one is his head. So as you can see, each came with the accessory of the stand and a weapon being their gun. And they all pretty much have a fair amount. They all have a fair amount of postability. They're all pretty much the same. I'll go through all of them one at a time. But I really like having these guys, and I think you'll like these if you can get your hands on too. I'm especially happy to have gotten Cayde since he is my favorite character from the Destiny games. And so, but for postability, as you can see here, it's Icora, and like I said, for her, you peg this on her back, her shotgun onto her back. And for Cayde, his peg actually does come out of his revolver. I don't know if it's just mine or if that's how it was designed on the gun. But I do this where I leave the peg in his leg, and then so that we don't have the giant peg hanging off the end of the revolver, because it looks all right on the shotgun and the rifle, but it kind of looks weird on the revolver since the revolver is a smaller gun. But taking a look for postability on Icora, she has her head on a ball joint, so it's got some pivoting, and she can look up that far and down that far. She can move her arms up that far, but her shoulder pad kind of gets in the way here. And it also gets in the way of the rotation, but you can rotate it pretty much in all the directions. She has a single elbow elbow joint, excuse me, that bends 90 degrees. Her wrists can move up and down unless you rotate the peg around, then move side to side. Well, that doesn't help if you can't see it. Up and down, and then if you rotate the peg around, it's side to side, and obviously the wrist swivel. She can forward that much. Back not very far, especially with the little skirt cloak thing here. She can spread probably really far if it weren't for the skirt cloak thing again getting in the way. Single joint knee that bends 90 degrees. Ankles moves up and down. And she does have some ankle pivot, but it's not very much. So that's it for Icora. I'm going to show all their posability because all of them have different levels of posability and how they all work. Because, like I said, the reason the pivots aren't much on the ankles is because they're just ball joints attached to the bottom here. So it's more like a swivel joint on them. But as you can see, like I said, with the rifle, you can peg it on his back, the peg hole there, or you can take it off. And so for Zavala, his arms can move up that far for this arm with the shoulder pad. And it's actually the same amount of up movage on here. They rotate 360. His head's on a ball joint, so it has a little bit of a pivot look to it. Single joint elbow that bends 90 degrees. Hands can move up and down unless you rotate it around. Then it can move side to side. He has a waist diaphragm joint here, so he can swivel a little bit and move around a little bit there. He can spread his legs out pretty far on the one side, not much on the other. And it kind of, it's not the farthest spread I've seen, but it gets in, the skirt gets in the way a little bit, and the belt here. He can kick forward that much and back not very far. Single joint knee that bends 90 degrees. And he does have ankle swivel here because of the ball joint, and it moves up and down a little bit. Not really much on the pivoting though. So that's Commander Zavala. And then we have Cayde here, which I will say in order of my favorite figure is also ironically my favorite classes to play, because I've played Destiny 2 and loved the game. And my favorite class is Hunter, which Cayde's the leader of, or was the leader of, and which is ironic because he's my favorite of the figures. Titan was my second favorite class, and Zavala is the leader of them, and he's my second favorite. And Warlock was my last favorite, and Icora is my last favorite of them. It's because just the posability. It goes in order. I like the posability more on Cayde and Zavala than I do on Icora, and I like Cayde's design the most. So, but for posability for him, he's got a ball joint in the head, so you can see it swivels around and has some bobbage there. His arm can move up like that, and it can go up that far and back that far because of the shoulder pad here. On this arm, it rotates 360. You got a little cape here that you gotta watch out for, but he can kick forward that much, back pretty far. And if I remove his revolver so it doesn't get in the way, he's got a very good spread. He's got a single joint knee that bends 90 degrees. He's got ball joints on the ankles, so he can do the same as the others, but there is a little more pivoting with his. Single joint elbows that bend at 90 degrees. So I almost skipped that. And the wrists move up and down, and then if you rotate it around, it moves side to side. So that's really it for Cayde's articulation. Let me holster that revolver back on there. And so like I said, personally, favorite-wise, it goes in order of Cayde, Zavala, Icora. But I do still love all of these guys. But now I'm gonna get them set up for some size comparisons. So stay tuned. So here we have Zavala, Icora, and Cayde all set up to do some size comparisons. So for size comparisons, here we have them to last figure review, the SPD Omega Ranger figure. So you can see that. We'll also have them for size comparisons next to the Studio Series Grimlock figure. So you can see how they scale together. And the Star Wars Black Series full Beskar armor Mandalorian figure. so you can see how they scale together. And because halfway through size comparisons, I realized I didn't do this yet, I'll do this now before we get to the last comparisons. For their sizes, Icora stands a little at 6.5 inches tall, a little over it. Zavala stands at almost the exact same, and Cayde is a little taller at just under 6 3/4 inches tall. And so for your last size comparisons, we have them with basic 6-inch scale figure comparisons, which are Studio Series Hot Rod figure, the Deluxe Class, Toy Fair Deluxe Class Snake Eyes figure. That doesn't want to stand this time, so I gotta hold him. And the Star Wars The Clone Wars Black Series Captain Rex figure. So you can see how they all scale together. And here are Icora, Cayde, and Zavala in some action poses. I gotta say, guys, these are amazing figures. I highly recommend these figures if you are a fan of Destiny 2. Or if you like collecting sweet looking figures, I highly recommend them. They are harder to get because, like I said, I only was able to get mine I had to get mine off eBay. But and I got them for a little bit of a cheaper price because of them not coming with the boxes or the special game codes inside. But if you guys can find them, I do highly recommend them. I want to thank you guys again for watching this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's something you want to see reviewed, and I'll try and get it reviewed for you guys. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I know I really enjoyed this week's episodes, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next week's episodes of Bearcat Reviews.